Hello and welcome to Soul-Voyance. I am Psychic Selina, and today I'm going to be doing a psychic treasure map reading on Liz Truss, the current Prime Minister, and the energies between her and the Conservative cabinet. I'm also going to be tuning into who might be the next Prime Minister. So I'll be tuning into the three top candidates, who are Rishi Sunak, Jeremy Hunt, and Penny Mordaunt. So I will be doing that at the end of the treasure map, towards the end. But firstly, I'm going to show you what cards I have picked and what the energies say. So we're going to start with the exact energies between Liz Truss and the rest of her Conservative cabinet. The cabinet is divided now. There are a lot of people that are conflicting their opinions, especially with the budget, the mini budget that was made. We have Jeremy Hunt now, who is the new Chancellor, and he is actually created a new budget today that a lot of MPs and people are finding this new budget quite good. They're feeling it's going to bring more stability financially to the economy. I actually predicted last week on Monday that a member of the cabinet, Conservative Party, would leave and there would be a massive change in policy. So this actually happened because I think it was later on in the week, Liz Truss sacked her previous treasurer, the previous chancellor, and then hired Jeremy Hunt. So that prediction did come in. So watch just for more predictions now that I'm going to make. So the three tarot cards that I picked on my treasure map to guide us on this journey of politics are the Tower card, the High Priestess, and the Queen of Cups. Now, the Tower card, it just says it, you see it, and it is what it is. It's the tarot, it's the Tower card, it's chaos, it's destruction, old policies falling apart. But there's always going to be order out of disorder with a tower. So for something to come apart and fall over, and it's no longer there are going to be new policies implemented, which is now what's happening. The High Priestess, this is all about Liz Truss here. And with the Queen of Cups, she's the Queen of Cups. She's trying her best to kind of make these changes, and she is actually leaning on Jeremy Hunt a lot. He is actually saving her. So she has a chance to turn this around. With the High Priestess, she is actually following advice and following her own intuition now rather than listening to the wrong advice. But the Tower is all about, you know, her old policies are now no longer. They're going to do a restructure of everything. Jeremy Hunt is, and you know, she's on shaky ground. Actually, she is on shaky ground. I will tune into her sort of her characteristics as Prime Minister in a minute, but I'm just going to show you the three LeNormand cards I got. So the energies in the cabinet. So I have the Heart card. So there could be a broken heart here. She's feeling a bit let down, broken-hearted. She's feeling a bit, I don't know where I am with everything. She had her certain opinions, certain policies she felt were going to work, and they've fallen through. So she's actually feeling a bit jilted by everything. All her old policies had fallen through, and new policies are being made. So she's not feeling very good at the moment, especially with the Tower again. That's the second Tower. So she's losing heart, actually. She's really, you know, not really believing in herself. And I feel sorry for her, actually. I really do. Because I think originally she went into the position very confident and thinking that she could do this, take this on, but it's actually been very challenging for her. With the house, that is some sort of stability. So there will be stability in the cabinet, but not without disorder and old patterns falling down, new patterns being created, new policies. So there is stability coming and a feeling of groundedness. And I think that's actually happening over the next week to 2 weeks with Jeremy Hunt's new policy. So this could buy Liz Truss some time to stay in as MP. I know a lot of people are saying in news reports that she could go, she could either resign or they're going to try and oust her. But these new policies may give her some time to show, what she can do with this, actually turn things around and maybe stay a little bit longer than what people think. There are a lot of people that are against her policies within her own cabinet, and I think she's going to find this very challenging. The sort of characteristics Liz Truss has, especially with the High Priestess card and Queen of Cups, she is very confident when she talks. She's got a lot of confidence. She's got a very nice dress sense. She's nice hair. She looks good. Very well presented. She's very good at public speaking. Her downfalls were that she didn't quite plan ahead or understand the full impact that the policies would make on the economy. So this has been the negative aspects of her, that she maybe needs to rethink things before she implements them. Luckily, she has Jeremy Hunt there, who is actually really turning things around. Let's have a look at the challenges she may face. So this is Merlin's challenge. Merlin, the master magician from the Arthurian legend tarot. And Merlin's challenge, I have picked the Hangman. Now, this isn't a good card because this shows that she may have reached a stalemate. She may, a checkmate, a stalemate, a suspension, feeling very stuck. So this isn't a great card, actually, for her challenge. She is facing big challenges here. I can see her looking in different directions, thinking, what can I do to really turn this around? But it might be that she can't fully turn it around, and that she is going to face some backlash or people not liking what her policies were, and there were going to be more and more MPs in her party, Conservative Party cabinet, voicing their opinions. And as you know, their opinions, obviously, not all their opinions, but some of their opinions get voiced and reported in the news. So you'll probably be reading about them over the coming week or so. So this isn't a very good challenge, but let's look at Psychic Selina's solution. That's me, Psychic Selina. What is my solution for Liz Truss? How can she move forward through this? I feel she will actually listen more to Jeremy Hunt. She will listen to him. She will take on board his constructive criticism, his advice, and she'll be able to implement all these changes he's making with the new budget. I've read some of the new budget. I know the midterm budget is going to come around Halloween, which I originally predicted. I did see a very big change around Halloween. So things could turn around for her, but she needs to keep moving forward with things. Don't look back. Don't worry about the mistakes she made or the other policies she had made that have been changed. Just keep moving forward, and she can then really turn this around and really try to help to stabilise England, Northern Ireland and Wales. She's the Prime Minister of. So the word is listen, listening to, taking on board and implementing the new policies. So this could be challenging for her. So it's not a solution that will necessarily really save her, but it certainly will help her. Okay, I've got the the forest path now on the treasure map. What is her forest path? It's the resolute path with the Arthurian legends. This is actually quite positive. It's all about resolution, really. As you can see, she's traveled through dark waters here, lots of obstacles. But she is getting to where she needs to be, which is where all the trees are, the growth, the abundance. She could get there. It is a difficult journey for her. For the cabinet in general, the Conservative Party and England and the economy of the nation, I do see resolution here. I do see stability. It could take a year to 18 months to really stabilise, but I think the new budget that Jeremy Hunt is doing will help this a lot. It will start to balance things out. The markets will start to improve, the stock markets. And you're going to start to go towards abundance. You're not going to get this straight away, but it is going to really help. So it is actually a very positive path for the economy. But we need to be kind of doing everything we can to save money, which is what he's trying to do with the budget. And of course, the old budget, this wasn't that old, it was from last week, a couple of weeks ago, the mini budget before Jeremy Hunt. It was, news reports had said that it was benefiting the rich or the higher earners. The new budget that Jeremy Hunt has implemented and is still implementing it looks to me, when I look at it, it looks to me that it is benefiting more of the lower earners, lower income earners as well. So it's not actually unbalanced. It looks more balanced. So the resolute path is that, yes, we will as a nation find resolution to this economic crisis. I have now this is very interesting, the treasure map, buried treasure. What is the outcome? So what is the outcome of this Liz Truss Conservative cabinet chaos and the economic crisis? What is the outcome? So I have the World card. It's a very good card, but it's also associated with endings and a woman. So I also have a Rune, which is Rad, which is the wheel, journey, messages, journey, right action and control. So it's very good, Rad. Moving forward, things are moving forward, but it may be that she does resign or she does leave, which is actually what I predicted. It feels like things are going towards that. But things will move forward in general for the economy and the government in a positive way. But there she is. This is her, Liz Truss, female energy, the world movement. Usually, sometimes endings as well. So maybe she is actually moved. She will move on to other things. If she does resign or leave or is ousted, she will move on to different projects. These projects could involve travel, business deals. There are other doors that could open for her because she has a lot of skills and talents with business, and there are other things she can do. But it could be that the pressure of being prime minister, it might be too much for her. It may be that she can't deal with it longer term. She could stay shorter term, but in the longer term, psychically, I don't see her staying. Timing for if she does do a resignation or if they oust her or she leaves in some way, the timing could be anything from around Halloween to the last. So that the markers I got were Halloween, just that week. It's after the solar eclipse on the 25th of October. That is in Scorpio. It's all about endings, new beginnings. You've got to go with the flow with that one. Any time after that, sort of the end of the month, 30th, 31st, Halloween, that time is going to be very important for Liz Truss, and it could be the beginnings of a leaving. I don't know if she'll fully leave, but the beginnings of something. I also see alongside that some sort of revelation being made about her. It could be that that people, you know, it's reported that there's a discovery or a revelation that she's done something or been a part of, or I don't know what it is exactly, but it's something that will be revealed that may kind of push her out more, push her towards leaving more. So that's when I tuned in. I got a word for that, but I can't remember the word. That's how I know it's the Akashic Records, because a lot of the predictions I hear in this ear, or I'll see them visually. And if I've heard it, the word, I cannot remember. Sometimes I can't remember. So, and sometimes I'm in bed when I'm getting these predictions, or I'm in the middle of doing something, you know, I'm doing something, or I'm half asleep, and I can't even have time to write them down. So I knew it was a word that meant something like a slip up or a revelation. It was something like that. The other time marker I got, the timing, was the last 2 weeks of December being quite relevant. I don't know whether this is when if she leaves that time, or if we get an announcement that someone new is coming in, or it might be that England doesn't really have a prime minister during those 2 weeks. I don't know, but I got some sort of blackout over the last 2 weeks of December. It also coincided with a hurricane in the Costa Rica region, Costa Rica, Puerto Rico, that kind of Central America region. There could be a hurricane around that time, and also blackouts with electricity. So I don't know what's going on around that, exactly what's going on, but I was shown on the calendar 2 weeks, the last 2 weeks of December 2022, a blackout, some sort of sadness, darkness, not a good time. Or almost, I want to use the word vacant. It's a bit vacant that time. I will tune in more and I will try to see what that means for you. But I've made this prediction before recently. Okay, so that was the treasure map. Let's have a look at the 3 top contenders for being the next Prime Minister. They are Rishi Sunak, Jeremy Hunt, and Penny Mordaunt. So Rishi Sunak, let's have a look at what traits he has, what character traits, what can he bring to the table. So we've got the Ace of Cups and the Lily. He is actually a bit of a peacemaker. He could unite the cabinet. He could unite people. He's very likable. He's very well liked. He's got very strong energy, very powerful. He knows the budgets and the financial system inside out. He's very experienced. He's very affluent. He's very good at writing. He's written books. He's an Oxford graduate. He was head boy at school. I think it was College of Winchester. He's a natural leader. He's the sort of person, wherever he goes, he'll rise up and he'll lead. He's a leader. I don't think he's a controlling leader, but I think he's a very majestic leader. And he's just a very likable guy, very, very clever, very intelligent. And when he talks, people listen. He is a very, very strong candidate to be the next Prime Minister. I would say he has a little bit of a soft side where he can negotiate, which is lovely about him. He's diplomatic. So this is the Ace of Pentacles. This is actually a very strong card. This man knows his finances inside out. He knows his economics. He's charismatic. He does have charisma, and what he says he means. He does what he says. Very, very academic intelligence, very knowledgeable. I wouldn't say he's got the same impact, like when he walks into a room. He doesn't have that impact that Rishi has. Because Rishi's a bit like a film star, isn't he? He kind of walks into a room, everyone notices. But this guy, he knows what he's talking about, and he actually can bring a lot of stability. He's also very new because he's not literally new, but he's kind of a new face. I've not really heard of him much, or we haven't really seen a lot of him in the news. And he's not linked to Boris Johnson when Boris Johnson was in government as Prime Minister. So he's not got that link like Rishi does. But so he's quite a new face on the scene. And he's got a side of him with a thistle that is, don't mess with me. I know what I'm talking about. And that actually could be quite good for ruling, not ruling, but leading a government. You need that side, that kind of, don't mess with me. So he could actually be very strong because he can offer stability, and that's really what we want. We just want economic stability, and with the Ace of Pentacles, there's stability there. There's an archway of hope that we could go through with this guy. He could take us through into a very bright future financially. So he could actually be the dark horse and really be very popular. So I would say he's a very strong contender. The final contender I'm looking at today is Penny Mordaunt. And the cards I got for her were the Five of Wands and the Star card. These are the last cards I'm doing. Now, this is all about Five of Wands, competition, very competitive. She's very competitive. She wants to get where she wants to be, but there are a lot of competitors around her. She may not be as experienced in economics or sort of the role of economics and finances as Rishi and Jeremy Hunt are. So this could be one of her things that, makes her not as strong a candidate as the other two. So that's, she is in, tight competition. It's very, very strong competition. And that could be her lack of experience, or she has some experience, but she doesn't have as much as the other two. So that could be difficult for her to be a really front runner. The stars are good. It means she's reaching for the stars. She wants the best for the UK, for England, sorry. So it's not the UK, it's England, Wales, Northern Ireland. So she wants the best. I would say her energy is a humanitarian energy. She follows her heart. She is very much about the people. She's humanitarian. She's very empathic. She's someone that is very sympathetic to people's needs. I think she was actually quite popular. So she is a very strong contender. But my overall prediction was that the next Prime Minister would be male. He would be a new person that we do not know, or we haven't seen yet. So it could be Jeremy Hunt. The only thing is he's the Chancellor. So if he did become Prime Minister, they'd need a new Chancellor, which could be Penny Mordaunt. So it could be Jeremy Hunt as Prime Minister, Penny Mordaunt as Chancellor. So it's very strong. As for Prime Minister, my prediction is it's a male. Very strong between Jeremy Hunt and Rishi. Very strong. Even I can't even decide who it's going to be, who I'm tuning into. I'll have to tune in a lot more as the energies and the time draws nearer. And I will do another reading on this again very soon for YouTube. But I actually want to say slightly more Jeremy Hunt, because he's showing people, he's showing the nation that we can be led into stability. We can get stable with the new budget he's doing. So I wanted to go more with him and with Penny Mordaunt as the new Chancellor if he does become Prime Minister. Now, I could be wrong. As I always say, my readings are for entertainment purposes only. So I hope you have been entertained and informed as well, and inspired. If you would like to book a reading with me, just click on the website link under this video and you can book directly via my website. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel, like and share this video. And remember, you can follow me on TikTok and watch my TikTok live psychic messages, 6 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time every Saturday, live on TikTok, where I give free psychic messages using my LeNormand cards and tarot cards. It's every Saturday and it's completely free. Remember to tune in. Thank you so much for watching today. Bye for now.